let's talk anime. Hello and welcome to Brandon's Discuss Anime, the Reckless Amoeba podcast. I am Brandon Horvath, and with me are my co-hosts, Brandon Falinger.
Yes, I'm here.
And Ryan Stokiel.
What's up?
So, guys, I think we might need a professional for doing this week's episode. And Brandon, you said you have the perfect guest.
Yes, I have a person in mind for this one. I feel like we need a feminine touch in this case.
Where am I? What? What? Oh, hey, Brandon. Oh, there you are.
Yes, hello. I'm glad I could drag you into this horrible shit show.
This alleyway that we're in.
Wait. Wait, shouldn't I? Wait, you said we were gonna go eat a pizza. Why am I here?
I mean, have you looked in the dumpster?
Yeah, you're right. Never mind.
Look, all right. I never said I would actually buy the pizza.
You know what? Whatever. I'm just gonna go to the burger store if you guys need me or something.
Oh, speaking about food, I made something from Food Wars.
Oh?
The pork buns.
Oh.
They were delicious, except my clothes did not explode off me.
Disappointing.
They were
disappointed.
They were so good. Like
what you're saying is it wasn't ecchi rated.
No.
Oh.
It was like very, very good though, and I forget the exact name of the blog I got the recipe from, but I think Penguin Snacks was part of the name of it. Yes. Our mutual friend Tyler told me that Food Wars Season 2 just got dubbed. I listened to a bit of the dub. I approve of most of the character voices, except for some reason, Irina is a Valley Girl.
That would drive me up a damn wall.
Oh, Valley Girls. Aren't they the key to everything life of America?
I hate it.
Yeah, but from, like, the bits and pieces I've heard, I approve of Soma's voice, Megumi, and, like, some of the others, but I just don't like Irina's voice.
I don't blame you, especially, like, why is she a Valley Girl when she's supposed to be a rich bitch? If anything, she should have, like, a posh British accent.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking, but maybe California Valley Girls are all rich bitches? Maybe they... that?
Maybe? I don't know. I do not like the idea of her being a Valley Girl.
I don't understand, okay?
Well, basically what they wanted to do is like what Brendan said was a rich bitch kind of thing, Valley Girls. Because you would actually see, like, you know, the California girls, the Valley Girls, or what they're called. They like to go, oh my god, but at the same time, that is sort of like an insult to the character that she's supposed to be. When you are correct that she's supposed to be something of a British person, or maybe someone who's just fancy, not British, but, you know, someone fancy, more elegant. I mean, I never saw the show, but at the same time, they could at least put a little respect in it. But I guess they just want to be funny because, you know, it's Food War. From when I see it, it looks like a funny show, a comedy, not just about food, but, you know, the people.
It is, but the thing is, right, like, there's serious stuff that goes on with Irina's character.
Yeah.
To make her a Valley Girl, I feel like is, like you said, to disrespect the character.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's playing her down in a way that I don't think is necessary.
That's just, so is it Funimation? That's what I'm thinking?
Who did do the dub?
I'm not 100% sure.
Because if it's Funimation, it's understandable. They love to take an anime and just, like, make it their own thing in a way. It's like,
yeah,
kind
of like what they do with Dragon Ball.
Yeah, it's kind of like 4Kids, but at least they have a little respect than 4Kids did.
I was going to say, are you trying to tell me 4Kids had any respect?
No, actually, you know what? Never mind.
Oh!
I know little people are going to go after me.
Oh, and speaking about 4Kids, speaking about Pokemon...
Oh, no.
No, Brandon tells me that you're very much into Pokemon, Karen.
Oh yes, I am. I love Pokemon.
And I'm going to use these furniture terms very, very loosely. But first came the Snorlax bed, and now a Lapras couch or chair. It is a 66-foot plush Lapras.
Oh.
I'm not surprised that this exists at all.
Available soon from Premium Bandai for, wait for it, $750.
Wait, hold
Wow.
on. The couch or the bed?
The Lapras couch chair. It's a 66-foot plush, so...
I can kind of see it. I can kind of see the price just because of the massive size.
Yeah.
And I assume there's probably stuff on the inside to, like, give it some rigidity for when you sit on it.
And I'm using the term couch and bed very loosely because they do show people, like adults, sitting on it. But I'm thinking with all the spikes on the back of the Lapras' shell, that may not be that comfortable to sit on.
I'd probably lay on it.
It all depends. Like, if those things are plushy, you
sit.
could probably... Like, if the spike is a plush, you could probably just lay it over and use it as a pillow.
Yeah.
It's kind of big. I don't know. I'd probably lay on it, like sit on it like I'm riding it, and then like how they do in the show.
Ride me!
Fall asleep.
In Aslan.
So, do you guys have anything else? Because I kind of dominated the discussion portion.
We have the obvious disappointment of a very, very wise man having passed away recently.
Yeah, Stephen Hawking.
Yeah. So I feel like the need to bring that up is there. I have to say it's always sad to see someone as famous and as well renowned as Stephen Hawking, pass away.
Yeah, that's true. I also had someone that passed away, and I knew him since I was a child. I mean, he's not famous, but he was like a grandfather to me. He was my next door neighbor across my house. I really care about him. His name is Bob, and yeah, I have been crying for the past 3 days, and I feel sorry for what happened to Stephen Hawking. I really do. It's terrible because life goes on.
Yeah, it's always one of those sad things to see someone go. I try not to bring down the podcast, but things like this, I feel like it needs to be mentioned.
Oh, don't worry. Once we get into the main discussion, it would and should perk up.
This is true.
That is true.
Was there anything? Oh, what have we been doing over the week? That's another good one to bring up, like video games or what have you going on in that regard.
Sea of Thieves comes out next week.
Oh, nice. I heard that's supposed to be good, but I'm kind of a little leery about it.
It's pretty decent. They had the open beta over last weekend for a stress test. I didn't get to play because it was only for Friday and Saturday.
You were stuck working or something? Or busy?
Well, I had work, and then Saturday was my friend's bachelor party.
Oh, that's right.
that.
Yeah, you did mention
Oh, okay.
Did you have fun?
Yeah, it took me like a whole week to recover.
Oh.
I'm good.
Oh, man.
One of those bachelor parties.
Yeah, we rented this like crazy Airbnb in Big Boulder Resort,
Okay.
and well, we went paintballing in Skirmish, and it was like a 1.5 feet of snow, like on the ground everywhere. So we were running in that, and then on top of being sore from running around for like 3 hours, being shot by paintballs, just being sore from that, and then like hungover. I literally slept for like 12 hours. Everybody went to a strip club. I fell asleep at like 11 and woke up at 11 when we had to leave.
I mean, at least you had a good night's sleep.
Yeah, that was probably the longest I've slept in a couple months, so it was pretty good.
I think I also need to bring up the fact that, like, who here remembers the good old days when we used to go to the toy store and just marvel at everything in there?
Yeah, Toys R Us is closing.
I know, no.
Yeah, Toys R Us is shutting down after, what, like 50-something years?
Mm-hmm.
Something like that.
From what I understand, they owe like $12 million by the end to, I forget what company, but they owe them a lot of money.
Whoa.
Wow.
So be on the lookout for liquidation sales, guys.
Man.
Yep. All the toys. Will their website still be around, though?
It's a good question. I don't know.
Amazon.
I assume
I doubt
not.
it. I doubt
I
it.
assume not.
Yeah, I doubt it.
Maybe, though, because apparently somebody's buying up the Canadian branch. So I don't know if they're keeping the name or if that's a license they can't get.
Mhm.
So potentially.
I did hear there are, or is, a branch in Japan and I believe some other Asian countries, too.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe the U.S. branch is dying, or I don't know.
They shut down the British branch, what, like a couple months ago?
Oh.
Like at the end of December or something? They announced they were closing down.
So the
whole company's going under.
Has lost another head?
I feel like they're going down completely. I don't know if they'll be able to like save like a small corner of their stores somewhere or not, or it's just not. If it's more worth it, just cut your losses at this point. Because I mean, it's $12 million they owe. So even if you downsize, I don't think you're going to be able to pay back that debt easily.
Business that large.
Mm-hmm.
But after all this depression, let's crank up our mood with some anime discussion. Yay!
All right.
Yeah.
So, Orion,
Yeah.
the title of this week's discussion, Chobits. Chobits. Chobits.
Chobits.
Yes, it is a single word. What do you think this anime is about?
It sounds like a cereal.
What?
I could see that. I could see it being a cereal.
Yeah, maybe. Nah, I don't know.
Is this like an anime about like the cereals getting poured in a bowl, and then the cereal is the characters?
What? Hold on. Are we going Osmosis Jones and all this?
Yeah.
Re-enter the body.
Yeah, I remember that.
Oh God.
Okay. Why? Why?
Karen,
Chobits.
you're new. This is
I don't
typical
even-
Orion.
He's going off of the name alone and what he thinks about it.
Chobits. It does kind of sound like a cereal name, but it's not.
Chobits, presented by Kellogg's.
Would you like to take another stab at it, Orion?
Or do you want to just dig the hole deeper?
I don't even. There's not much to work with.
I don't know. Code Lyoko, you went off pretty deep.
Yeah. I don't even. That's pretty much all I can think of.
Sentient
Like the
breakfast
cereal.
Sentient cereal entering the body and what? Destroying it from the inside out?
Something like that, I guess. They like. Is it like any gore?
I don't
No.
remember any. No.
No.
All right.
It's a clamp animation slash the works. I meant works. It's a clamp work. There's no such thing as blood or gore. I don't think so. But this is
I
one
don't
of
remember
their
any.
yeah. This is one of their works.
And
I do
before
know.
we begin, Karen,
Yeah.
is there a clamp verse? Because I know Chobits is a quasi-semi sort of sequel to... What was it now? I forget.
You did mention this to me. I don't remember what it is either, though. Like, it's set in the same kind of, like, universe as one of the other animes that they did.
It probably might be. Maybe.
If you give me a second, I can pull it up. Angelic Layer. Angelic
Anything,
Layer.
Karen?
What? No, I haven't seen anything.
Okay.
Okay, so yeah, we don't have any confirmation from our professional here.
Mm-mm.
So, Clamp may have a Clamp verse, but then again, it may not.
Mm-hmm.
Well, no, but they did have a Clamp Wonderland. So basically, like, if you were to actually go to YouTube, there's Clamp 2 that shows everyone going, like, you know, like the little bunny people going around the world to see, you know, some of Clamp's works. It's on YouTube. That's all I know.
Okay, so there's like a crossover series then?
Well, I'm not sure. I only see the intro, not the outro.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
But I don't know.
Karen, since you're the guest, I will let you kind of explain the storyline. And Ryan, feel free to interject at any time with questions.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right. So the intro of basically the story plot of Chobits. It's kind of a basic, like, you know, boy meets girl, but yet girl is a robot, or as they call them, a Persicon. And
Basically a computer.
Yeah, a computer. I would say robot, but it is more of a computer.
But she has internet access.
Yeah. Well, actually, no, she doesn't. But only the other Persicons did. But she became something that is interesting to him. But at first it was like, you know, he thought of her as just a computer, but he sees her more as a person too. I always think that this might be like a Metropocalypse in a way, but it's a robot girl and there's the boy too.
Okay.
I'm getting off topic. Sorry.
And I just found it interesting that the switch to turn her on was between her legs.
Oh boy.
That makes sense. Why not her back or somewhere?
Her ears.
And to be fair, he literally found her laying in the trash.
Like like a single leg?
No. Like the whole body was just laying in the trash.
Mm-hmm.
Since she is a android robot computer.
So, was she from like a factory or something? Like outside? Or a factory that like threw her out? Or...
Actually, no.
That's the thing, right? Like, sorry to interrupt, Karen, but
Yeah.
It's interesting because it seems like she's a type of Persicom that nobody has ever encountered before. So nobody knows where she came from.
Custom built.
It does get to the bottom, like how she was created.
Yeah, the end of the series does.
In the end of the series, she does. But for now, they all think that, you know, she might be from a factory or she could be custom made. Remind you, there are some people that are very top-notch scientists or technicians that can probably create something of their own.
To be fair, this is kind of near future, what we're looking at here. Like, within the next 20 years, this could be something that's in existence in reality.
Yeah, they're already kind of working on it.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is, all Persicoms look like human females, or in rare cases, males.
Mm-hmm.
But they have, like, weird cybernetic animal ears, kind of.
Well, yes and no.
I wouldn't say animal ears, but they are like a weird kind of thing that's there. Do they all have like normal ears or no?
No. There was
okay, so they all
normal.
have like the robotish like.
Yeah.
Oh, they almost remind you of like like those plastic Easter eggs, but with two different colors.
Yes.
That open up, and there's like almost like an HDMI cord that comes out of there, or whatever type of cord it would be. I forget.
Cables.
Ethernet cable, a 5mm headphone jack kind of thing.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's where all the wires are stored.
Now, is the headphone jack her ass?
No.
No.
Oh, okay.
Not that we're shown anyway. We can always imagine.
It's not that kind of anime. It's not like today's anime that they like to do something like that. Or something that comes out of her nipples to do that, but at the same time.
Yeah,
I mean,
it does show a lot of things that are very perverted, but it's like a light pervertedness in a cute way, in my opinion.
And there's so much pervertedness for a anime done by an all-female staff.
Yes, it did.
And that just made me laugh so hard. Like, oh no, why is he getting naked again?
To be fair, like, she doesn't have much of a memory when she's found. She's more like an innocent, I want to say 5-year-old mentally, when the main character, Hideki, finds her.
Yeah.
So it's done out of ignorance more than it is out of perversion.
I always think it's more of an innocent, naive, like she's very naive. She's still learning from
naive,
everything.
Ignorant, yeah, more or less the same thing.
Yeah.
Like she doesn't know any better.
And Hideki is trying to teach her, but there are some things that he has out there that she's like, oh, that's more interesting. And he's like, no!
His yummies.
Yes. What she calls the magazines.
Yummies.
Or sometimes the DVDs that he puts out.
To be fair, a constant quote from Chi is, Hideki, pervert.
In the English dub, yeah, she does call him Hiteki. In the English dub, she just says Hiteki, not Hideki, like they do in the anime Japanese version. I don't know. I actually never listened to the Japanese version. I always listen to the dub versions because I actually like the dub versions. I don't know. I'm ashamed.
It could just be nostalgia blindness too.
And when I saw these on YouTube, all 26 episodes, well actually 24, are up on the Funimation YouTube channel. Like the first 4 are in English, but all 24 are in Japanese. And I'm like, for some reason the 2 recap episodes, like original episode 8 and original episode 17, are taken out of the rotation, since they just basically recaps with no new information.
Yeah, that's one of the things I never understood. My only thought is that it's just, did they reuse animation in there from the first few episodes?
I did not see that.
Right, you didn't watch it, that's right, because they were extra.
Yeah, and like YouTube calls episode 8, like original episode 8, episode 7, and just even takes them out of the numbering system.
Yeah, I feel like it might have been to try and like buy time and to fill up a slot. That would be my guess anyway, right? Like they didn't need as many episodes, to tell the story, but they needed 26 episodes because the production company wanted 26 episodes because that's, kind of how you order it. You order it by like, I need a 12 episode anime, I need a 26 episode anime, et cetera, right? Like, it's stuck where it's like, no, I need this many episodes, period. You don't have any kind of fluctuation in between that. So rather than make up their own shit, they just put a recap episode twice. Plus, it would also save on animation budget if they're just reusing clips from previous episodes.
Actually, 3 recap episodes if you count one of the OVAs.
I wouldn't, because the OVA doesn't usually come along the lines of the same thing as the anime. Like, that's usually a separate thing entirely.
But a little
seasons bit. Show have.
One season of 24 or 26 episodes, depending on counting recaps.
So yeah, basically you'd be sitting down. You'd have what, like, I'm gonna say maybe a 10-hour series at that point, since it's only like 20-something minutes.
Okay.
And because I had to condense these all in a tighter schedule before the weather disaster last time.
The snowpocalypse, Windmageddon.
Yeah, I actually watched this at, I think, like, 125 speed on YouTube, and I'm like, okay, I have time now to watch, like, the rest. The music actually sounds better at a slightly faster speed.
I mean, maybe that was originally the intent, to keep it at a faster music, but they slowed it down to match the flow of the episodes. That could always be the case.
Yeah, I did love the music of Chobits, especially the introduction. I
do remember liking the intro too. It's been a while since I've seen it.
That was a good intro.
I actually have that on my iTunes. Every time I would walk, and I would just put that song, and I'm like, yeah. But
I just see you bouncing down the street just listening to that.
Yeah, I probably would, and then I would just basically like skiff, and then everyone's like, "What the hell?"
Oh man.
But the introduction between like Hideki and she is so mad. It's like it's a cute little moment they have. I mean, yeah, it did have some perversion, not in the intro, but it's like, they felt love in a way, even if she was a Persicon and he was a human, but still they like each other. Even though Hideki, at first, he didn't want that kind of relationship between her and him, even though he wants to, but he doesn't. And he tries to go with this one girl, but he ended up like caring about Chi than before. Like in the episodes, it shows that. And with Chi, she, she's starting to like him, but she wanted to be human too. If you think about it. I don't know.
So I think we need to like get into the ending then to like just get this, give this full circle kind of an idea then.
Yeah.
So I mentioned already that she has amnesia. Doesn't remember anything previous to really waking up.
Exactly, yeah.
At the beginning of the episode, right?
And she seems to be a highly, highly powerful Persicon.
An advanced one.
Yeah, because even like the child genius Persicon professional, when he's analyzing her, she blows out like 4 of his Persicons.
Oh, just blue screen of death.
Or the magical, the rainbow spin on the Macintosh.
Oh god, the rainbow wheel on the Mac. Oh god.
But yeah, she is a very powerful Persicon. But I think it's because her sister, if you remember in the other episode, her sister Freya, while she was Edna, but she named herself as Chi. Freya went inside Edna, and that's when the birth of Freya and Chi were created. And also you get to know that, the landlord was their mother as well, which was like the big wow. She was the mom.
Mother, creator, etc.
Yeah. But of course we don't know what happened to the father, of course. Like he was actually also the one to create a child since she was unable to have a kid. But, yeah, I'm going off track. But, she is definitely has the power to black out all the Persicons to like a blackout, like, hey, ooh.
And one question I had, Karen, was the pink pantsless bunny supposed to be Chi in the books?
Yes.
And like the blue or like gray pantsless bunny, was that supposed to be Freya?
Actually, yes and no. I actually thought it was just, and in the book, she says, I want to find someone for me. I always think those are just humans that she's just trying to look around. Okay. And there's and there's actually more about that in the manga than in the anime.
Oh.
See, yeah, there's actually more little parts that they forgot to, well, not forgot, but they had to cut it down for the anime. In the manga, it actually showed that she was reading, was reading the book, and she sees a part where there's another person that he's supposed to bring Chi around, and it tells her like, hey, what's going on? And it's not just, it's now, the book series later on is not just about Chi now, or Freya, either or. It's also about Hideki as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right, hold on. Here's something I wanted to ask, right? Because I forget this part. Were the books placed there by the landlord?
Yes.
Like just at random places? Like the one she finds, I remember, was at a bookshop. Mm-hmm. So she's just laying this stuff around?
Well, yes and no. She's actually supposed to be, like one of those. She's supposed to be
an author.
Yeah, an author for the book. And I'm guessing that she just put it there for Chi to remember or something like that, like to remember some parts or basically,
So she's writing these books that she could make mainstream across Japan for all children to read just for Chi.
No, I think I don't think so. She did publish them. I think that's why she just randomly found one at a bookstore.
Okay.
And I guess that's when the landlord saw, like, oh my God, she actually saw that book. Maybe I should continue to do that more book, because it also says that her book is really popular for children. And she did say, I never had children, of course.
Mm-hmm.
But, yet I did had children. But she doesn't tell them that, about her Persicons being her child.
So part of, like, with Chobits, and again, this is me not remembering very well, isn't part of the reason that she is so advanced also the idea of, like, actual artificial intelligence, like, or the integration of, like, emotions into the robot?
What was the question? I'm sorry.
Well, what is the reason that she is so advanced, right? Like, is the fact that she actually has emotions, or is it that she's just got a true artificial intelligence going on?
She actually doesn't know that until in the end.
Well, that's why I'm asking, because I don't remember whether that was actually the case or not. So I'm asking whether or not you remember, really.
Okay, let's see if I can remember. She is supposed to be some kind of like a supercomputer, more advanced than all the Persicons. But she doesn't know that until in the end, of course. But Freya does tell her, hey, you're this kind of person, and basically that's what you're supposed to be.
You are one of the Chobits.
Yes, you're one of the Chobits. But you also have this guy that I kind of want you to be with. But it's also about finding someone to accept you in a way, or
So then let's, if you're done with that, actually.
Yeah.
Then let me ask this. Like, what is the significance of the word Chobits in this?
Chobits?
Yes.
It actually never explained, because also, I'm going to also remind you about the manga. They say that, in Chobits, it's the name that was actually named after the man, Chi's father.
Okay.
Yeah.
Right,
they
so
just say that even in the manga, they question their dad saying, hey dad, what does Chobits mean? They're like saying Cho. And then they don't even know about it. It didn't make sense. And of course, it was like a video camera between them.
And supposedly, their dad was a minor character in Angelic Layer. So, but that's the only connection I found if there is a Clamp verse. Ryan, thoughts so far?
Alright, so the show is just about a kid who finds a robot. There's more robots eventually?
The robots are everywhere through every episode, basically.
Yeah, Persicoms, since Persicoms are, like, personal computers, most people have one.
It's basically replaced your desktop as your personal computer.
Is there ever
female robot?
like a virus or something that takes over, like iRobot or some weird thing?
No, but that would be an interesting idea.
It kind of makes me think about Pinocchio for some reason. Like she wants to like another thing.
I'm a real one.
Yeah, she wanted to be a real person too, but she knows that. Well, she doesn't know that. That's actually much possible. But she does want to be somebody for Hideki, as Hideki is confused of his feelings, which is also towards in the end of the what was I thinking? Like he doesn't know what he wants until in the end.
Basically, this is a very shoujo anime, in which case it's like relationships is what's going on here more than
it's
anything
romantic.
else.
And it got dark in, like, the final 8 episodes. It started off, like, so light, cute, and then it got, like, kind of dark with everybody, like, having, like, cheating on the husband with the next-door neighbor, and, like, I used to be married to a Persicom, but then she died, and I can't love a human.
Wait, how do
Actually,
they die?
That's not a dark moment. I mean, that wasn't just one of the episodes. But, what was it? And it's supposed to be like a little horror episode, but it does show like there's something going on in that house that is a secret. And about the husband thing, I think that's not a dark moment. That's actually more of a really dramatic moment because, you know, it's sad because there are some people that actually are in love with their Persicons and that they rather love them more than the humans.
We kind of get the same thing except like with animals in reality right now.
Just like, now remember, I did talk about Hideki, like, not wanting to know if he should love a Persicon or not because he wants to date the girl Yuki. I think her name is Yuki or Yumi. I think it's Yumi.
I think it's
Yui, okay. She has a dislike for Persicons because of her boss that was actually married to a Persicon. And people were like going crazy like, what? You married a Persicon? How did that feel? And of course what happened to her, to the Persicon that she died, he got a little sad about it.
Yeah, Ryan had asked how do they die. I mean, the same way that any other computer would die, I would assume. Any kind of physical damage that's, you know, not repairable. Any kind of like...
And not only that, she was a very, but before that, she was a very old version that she didn't work well. And the more he tried to fix her, the more she got worse. And what got worse was that she kept saying, nice to meet you.
Memories.
What's your name? Yeah, her memories were so, yeah.
As far as them being waterproof, I think they are.
Yeah, they are waterproof.
Yeah, there you go.
Wasn't there a beach episode?
I think so, yeah.
Yes, there was a beach episode. It was a cute moment. I like that episode so much. It's basically that, they also have that kind of cream to like, you know, for a lotion, like what humans would wear, but it's special for Persicons. And the most very dramatic part was when she went into the water and yet nothing happens to her. When a Persicon, as they're supposed to be like, you know, waterproof, they can still be like computers and have damage all over their bodies. But they were kind of questioned like, how does she, but if she's a Persicon, how is it that she's okay though? She should be like, you know, like,
short circuiting.
Yeah, short circuiting. But she didn't, which again, she is the most powerful Persicon than all Persicons.
So most Persicons wouldn't go into the water, whereas in Chi's case, she could.
She could.
And what was that, genie? I was going to say Egyptian, but that genie, like, hand-sized Persicon.
Yeah, Samomo.
Yeah, so there are, like,
Mini-sized
pocket-sized computers, too.
Yes.
I guess you could say it's the equivalent of a laptop in a Persicom version.
I would say mobile.
I could see that. But don't they have cell phones?
They do, but they actually don't have like, Sumomo. Yui, she actually has a Persicon, but it's like a little keychain kind of sort of, like a mobile.
Mm-hmm.
When Yui ran away from her boss because she misunderstood him and they said, so yeah, she actually contacted you and she said that you were here. And she's like, that's strange. I don't remember my Persicon telling me that somebody was coming. I don't hear a phone ringing or something. Mm-hmm. Basically my Persicon ringing. So another thing to say is she's a very powerful Persicon.
It does bring up some interesting ideas as well because like, as far as themes in this go, you could definitely pull this into like the whole race relationships. Mm-hmm. Like if you just want to flip out Persicon for whatever minority race you want to look at. Mm-hmm. There's also, you know, the whole power of love thing going on in here. Mm-hmm. As is typical of most JoJo's. I do like the idea though of like technology, and while it's not explored, I think Orion brought up a good idea with like the whole virus thing. It's like, couldn't that just go really badly if somebody that for whatever reason knows how to work a Persicom is able to screw with all of them? Because I assume, like, either through the internet or whatnot, there's a link between all Persicoms.
Maybe?
Yeah, it makes sense.
I'm drawing a blank, that's fine.
And one of the big reoccurring jokes is Hideki being a virgin.
Yes.
And
there is a lot.
He will always be a virgin, because...
Technically.
Yeah, Hideki can never have sex with Chi, because that would involve turning her off.
The innuendo is real. The innuendo
Wow.
is real.
Wow.
The power switch is there, Karen. What do we do? It was a failure in design, okay?
Well, yeah, but at the same time, yeah, he is a virgin. Yeah, he's a pervert. But Hideki is actually a really sweet guy. Now, I want to go to that kind of talk. Like, Hideki, he did show that he wanted to have, like, he wanted to explore, or not, no, he wanted to go to to Tokyo, to, you know, to go to college there. And of course, he wanted always, a Persicon to, like, you know, go for porn and everything. But as you see more of like in the later episodes, you see that he's a very, he's sweet, he has a friendly personality, and he's like this guy that, you know, he's there for you, even if, you know, if the danger comes, he'll still come running after you if you're a friend.
Mm-hmm.
And everyone did say he's a really nice guy, even though he's a virgin. He's like, can you stop that?
I don't think they
But
can.
he does have a really, there was one episode where, his teacher was going through a divorce, and she was actually seeing one of her students who actually is Hideki's neighbor.
That's right. I forgot about that plot point.
Yeah. He was also the owner of Samomo, but he left Samomo with Hideki, and his teacher was asking him, like, hey, is it bad to like someone else, even though, you know, you're married or something like that, even though your husband left you or something? And he's like, well, I think, and in his sleep, he said, I think it's important to actually go with the flow in a way. It's basically that, you know, if you like someone, go for it. I mean, I think that what's going on between you two is okay. But he doesn't know, but I don't think he knows. No, he does know. But he does give like a good moral to good advice or a good talk to his teacher, that his neighbor's like, wow, I didn't know that virgin has that kind of talk with you.
Jeez.
Yeah, but yeah, they like to do that as a running joke that he's a virgin.
And a pervert.
But he's a really nice guy.
And to be fair, he does constantly somehow end up with cheese panties in his hand.
Oh, yes.
And technologically inept.
Yeah.
How do I set a VCR? How do I set the clock on this thing?
Archer, help me! It's flashing 12!
God.
One of my biggest complaints, Golden Chi. That just made me so angry, like they didn't really explain when Chi was glowing gold in like a few episodes what was going on. Was that her Chobits powers?
Yes.
Active? Okay. And at the end, did she turn everybody into, well, all Persicons into Chobits at the very end?
That is a really good question. Like, making them feel a little human, if that's what it is. Like, it made them feel like a little bit human, in a way.
Okay. And why did the other two Persicons want to stop that?
I actually don't remember that one. But,
because there were two Matrix-looking trenchcoat Persicons.
They think that maybe it might be an abomination, but deep down, it was actually the girl Persicon that thought of that. The guy one was like saying, no, I want to see this. I want to see the relationship between that guy and the girl, the Persicon. I want to see it. And the girl was like, what? I thought you wanted to stop it. But, I guess he has like a second mind, I guess.
So, Orion.
Second thoughts.
Thoughts now.
I have.
Well, any last questions first, and then thoughts?
Seems like a pretty straightforward show.
It's kind of slice of life-y mixed with like
Sci-fi.
romance and sci-fi,
Yeah.
and like 1% ecchi situations, kind of like the whole "we need to buy cheap panties" episode.
Oh, I remember that episode. That was the hilarious episode.
Plenty of
Especially
comedy.
when Hideki had to borrow Sumomo just to give her directions, because she does not know anything. Not even, well, that's another thing. She doesn't know common sense, and which Hideki does not even know how to give her common sense, because, you know, he's like this guy that's like saying, wait, what?
How do you explain common sense?
That's the thing.
Yeah, but by the end, she is more intelligent, maybe to the level of a teenager?
Someone gets to know.
Yeah, depending on subjects, I would say. But yeah,
Yeah.
like probably maturity-wise, she's like at a teenager's area.
Okay.
Yeah.
She's still learning about the world, but...
Yeah.
Yeah, she-
Another thing I want, well, yes? Sorry.
Oh, but she just doesn't randomly strip naked in public.
Yeah, not anymore.
No. Actually, she doesn't. She never did that.
Uh-oh, I thought it
I think
was...
she would have tried.
I think
Maybe.
she did it in the, like... You know, she was
One of the
getting
first
changed.
episodes, I think.
Yeah, like one of the first few episodes, like she tried to get changed in the middle of like Hideki's room or something like that, with like the window open and everything like that.
Maybe, but I know she didn't do it in public. That was inside the house.
Okay,
So
public.
basically,
maybe,
nobody can see it.
Yeah, maybe public was too strong of a word.
Mm-hmm.
So, back over to final thoughts, Ryan,
Yeah.
as we went on a tangent.
As we do.
Yeah, I don't have any questions or anything.
Your final thoughts on the series, then?
Probably won't watch it, but
Just not up your alley?
no.
But does it
Not
say,
a
like,
romantic
okay,
person?
It depends,
Hmm.
but I don't know.
okay, 1 to 10
Doesn't.
on sounds interesting. Like, does it sound... I know you don't want to watch, but does it sound like could be an interesting watch?
I'd say I'd give it a 5.
Okay.
Could go either way.
So, like, in your mind, I guess, depending on your taste, you could see someone watching it or not.
Yeah. Just not for me.
Yep.
Fair enough. I think that's it.
Yeah. But I actually highly recommend anyone that actually loves a bit of a sci-fi, comedy, and romance too. I actually think it's a really cute anime that hasn't been said for a long time ago, and you actually haven't seen like light stuff, light edgy stuff like Clamp does with their work. Like, I think this is one of their most itchy stuff of all animes. And they have done some that are not too itchy, but not as itchy as this.
Ah, okay.
But I do love the show a lot more. And just talking about it and thinking about it, it just makes me want to watch the whole thing again and even read the manga, which I actually highly recommend the manga. The manga has more story plot, and it actually tells you a little bit more of the landlords. I mean, it probably did in the anime, but it actually did more in the manga. And there's
More
actually
in depth,
something,
okay.
yeah, more in depth. But there's something I also wanted to say too. In the manga, while Chi and Hideki were at a store, she saw that there was a ring. There was actually a couple's ring that matched. And it actually never shows that in the anime. And I wish they actually did, because, you know, it's a little cute moment, because it kind of sounds like Chi wants to marry Hideki, while Hideki's like, huh? Okay, I'll just put it on, but as a necklace or a keychain. And she got a little sad, but, you know, he says, at least I have it. And in the end of the manga, it shows them both wearing the ring.
So
But-
it's appropriate. Okay.
But Hideki still wears it in his necklace or keychain, while Chi wears it in her left hand ring finger.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. Highly recommend the manga.
And although Clamp really hasn't done anything in the past, like, 6-7 years, and I'm just flipping through Wikipedia on Clamp, they actually did one costume for Tekken 6.
Hmm.
Jin
did not know
Kazama's third costume. So that's just, I've never played Tekken 6. I think I've only played like 2 and 3, but that's just interesting that Clamp designed a single costume for Tekken 6.
Oh. I did not know that.
Interesting.
Well, Clamp always did have good fashion senses, if you know what I mean. They always do. I just love the dresses there. And another thing was, she was also an inspiration, a big influence of my character, Nana, that I actually created. And in the manga, there is actually one dress that I had her wearing, and I would like to show it to you guys one day.
Interesting.
All right, I think that's it then. Anybody else want to add anything extra?
I have nothing.
All I know is just watch the anime and read the book too.
Okay. I'm going to, crap, I can't think of a reference. Something about, wait, no, not that.
Oh, God.
Okay, that's
Done
it.
so well.
That's it for me. Thanks, Karen, for joining us on this Clamptastic adventure, and we might have you on again sometime.
Oh, I'd love to.
I think we'll see you guys. If you want to see Karen's artwork and shit, go and take a look at her Tumblr and her DeviantArt in the description down below.
Okay.
Also, I take commissions, so don't be shy to ask.
There you go.
Later.
Right.
Bye.
See you guys.
Dana!